his ass where it shows at.
Hey, chat, don't mind me. I'm in the background. I'm texting my new future coworkers. You know what I mean? Letting them know what's good. Please be aware that we finna shake shit up in a little bit. That's the only reason why I ain't giving it up on the stream. We gonna do it in the right way. I'm gonna tell y'all when this announcement gets made, if any fucking nigga even makes a smirk at this, the violation's gonna happen. I'm gonna just tell y'all this right now. If a nigga look at me wrong, I'm on some mid shit, bro. Any nigga who ever owe me money, this is some shit. I don't care what you think, where your alliances lie. Just get out of my way. Stay over there. Don't say nothing about me. Chat, I promise y'all will know before everybody. I promise y'all. Y'all know. Y'all know. I want to tell y'all now, but I can't. I can't. But I'm going to explain the process in a second. I'm just, talking to, a couple of people. Anyway, all right. Maybe I should start talking. I'm doing a lot of texting in the background chat. Yeah. Is I playing a video right here? There we go. Chat. Let me speak to y'all directly. Today I closed on a deal that will be determining the future of content for the most part for me for the next few years. And it was a very important and big decision. I will let you guys know that like most of this stuff is unexpected to me. I've came from the place of just kind of grinding up from the bottom to where I've been. So I never really expect, shit, even Complex was a little bit really new to me. I've always only ever gotten what I worked for. I've never gotten anything else. I've also never evaluated what, quote unquote, I was worth in the marketplace and actually potentially looked for a deal for that. I just always kept it going. A few months before Everyday Struggle ended, I was, we had a call with me and a few of the heads of development and also, the top EP on the network and also, some executive people at Complex. And they alerted me, they said, Ak, we love you, but Everyday Struggle, we don't know if we could still produce. Let me be very clear, because I understand there are people who are even in this chat that watch me. Everyday Struggle, first of all, I was never fired. The Chrissy Teigen thing did not affect my employment at Complex, despite what many people and detractors that don't like me will continue to report and have reported. That did not matter. What mattered was, and I could tell y'all in plain numbers now, Complex, Everyday Struggle wasn't a show that was super ad supported, which means the company had to shell out hard cash in producing that content, and they always felt they needed that content to keep Complex as a company very culturally relevant. Everyday Struggle, from when me and Joe was on it at first, even down to the end when me and Wayne was on it, basically it got Complex in the conversation of the culture, not just being some fringe hype beast company. That's worth a lot. That also would include some of the gripes that Joe had with the company during his stint, because the value of an Everyday Struggle is more than the numbers. It's about the real estate. It's about the cultural equity. they were spending $2 million to. I know all the numbers. I'm executive producer. I own not own a percentage, but I get a percentage. I participate, or I did, with Everyday Struggle. So if there was ever profit made, I was entitled to a percentage. By the way, that's exactly what Joe argued with them for, which, again, as I always said, me and him, we have different styles. I always said, especially when people spoke about my business acumen incorrectly, what Joe argued for, I got. Let me say it again. What Joe argued for, I got. Not in the time frame that Joe wanted it, but over time I did. So, a percentage of Everyday Struggle in terms of profits or whatever went to me. But the problem that Complex ran into is that they were spending $2 million to make the show yearly. They had to pay me. I don't think I was an executive producer as well. I didn't charge them an executive producer fee. They had to pay me a huge host fee. They had to pay Nadeska. They had to pay Wayno. They had to pay our production staff, even though the staff for the most part was insular, so there were complex, stuff. But like you have to pay. You have a production cost for all these shows. It was $2 million. Just all transparency. I believe, if you notice, we didn't have many ads at all. I think what they made each year, maybe like 1.3, at least the last year. So to give everybody who always seemed like, oh my God, they took a loss with Everyday Struggle. Really, because many different reasons. It's a cultural show. We don't edit ourselves. We don't bleep shit. I think selling to cultural entities was a little bit different and difficult for Complex, but we didn't do too many ads or do enough, right, to really cover that. So they took $700,000 loss. Then the next year with COVID, they're projected, and at a point they said, "Hey, it's probably cheaper if we didn't produce the show, despite how much it's good for us." That had nothing to do with Complex not wanting to do business with me. As I told you, Complex has already announced that, well, not announced, but through my discussions with them, we're rebooting my show on their network, which is On the Sticks. Okay, I'm already picking people who I believe should be on the show. I speak to a bunch of people from Complex. There's no bad blood. There should be no hate sent to Complex. We both helped each other accomplish the goals we wanted to. So that's why Everyday Struggle ended. And they gave me ample notice that they weren't willing to do financially the commitment again. I remember telling you guys a lot of that heavily hinged on me. A part of my deal was that regardless of if they renew with me, don't matter if Everyday Show gets produced, they got to pay me a huge lump sum of money. It was in their best interest to not do that, especially for a show that they believe or they couldn't turn a profit with at that time. Anyway, that's why Everyday Struggle ended. That's it. There's no conspiracy theory. There's Chrissy Teigen don't matter. None of that shit matters. I'm telling you the truth. Okay? Now, it was since then, about October. I knew about October, right? That it was going to end in December. And I was already thinking of, but we started to shop the idea of a podcast. I've been approached many, many years ago. I could vividly remember the 2014. The first person that approached me to do a podcast was a near and I call him a friend, but also he's a mentor. Charlamagne the God. He approached me and he said, I got this thing called Loudspeaker Network. I'm doing this podcast. It was really new at that time. It's called Brilliant Idiots. You should do a podcast as well. Like, you are a voice, and on Twitter, people know this and third about you. You should, turn some of this online stuff into a podcast. I was more concerned with my audience. I said no. And actually, did I necessarily say no? or maybe I was just kind of like dragging it. I think I yeah, I didn't really say no, but I think when you ask someone something and like they're almost not trying to answer, they don't kind of want to do it. And he was right. I didn't want to do it at that time. That was 2014. 2017, I'm on Everyday Struggle. I'm doing a show with Joe Budden. Joe Budden approaches me and says, "Ak, I'm thinking about doing this network thing. Your podcasts are the future. I got here to be sitting across from you from podcasts, and even though you're a YouTuber, you should do a podcast." He's like, "Yo, truth be told, a lot of things, blah, blah, with, like just how Complex does their thing and whatever and gets a lot of money for us being on screen together, I could fucking monetize, and I have already a plan to monetize a network that has podcasts, including mine, yours, and a few other people." He told me a list. Ironically, by the way, hopefully it's not a proprietary information, but I remember when he told me the list, I believe one of the guys he replaced the Stooges with, Ruri and Mealy Mole, whatever the last thing is. One of the guys he replaced him with, I think the guy's name was Ice. I think he told me, he said, "Yo, I'm going to give that guy a podcast." He was like really, always in the mix on Twitter. So he offered me that, and I was like, thought about it, mentioned it again. And I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. I didn't think my audience was ready. I was like, I think my audience likes shorter content. They don't like long form content. I don't want to do this for potentially a money grab. Now, Joe was planning the business at that point. So he gave me what would be his business plan if this happened how he foresaw it happening. And I remember saying, at that time, there was no real like business thing for a podcast. I remember saying to myself, I'm like, I don't think Joe knows I'm getting like $130,000 a month from YouTube. Why the fuck would I go do a podcast that I'm gonna like, yo, hey, let's just bring my audience here. There's no monetization structure. Also, my audience don't want long form content. I didn't do a podcast. By the way, I think Joe had his idea initially was to partner with Complex with that, and I think Complex at that point, not foreseeing that podcasts would be later the thing, they probably looked at him like, "You want to do what?" Laughed my butt. So congrats to him on all success. What's since happened is that podcast and just audio has changed forms. FM radio is almost obsolete. There's a few stations or shows that still do great things. But these days, the new format, we could call it podcast, but I do believe it's much more than that. Audio is alive and it exists on many different platforms. So I went about pitching a podcast in October for the very first time, knowing that I was going to be committed to it. Then, like 2 weeks later, I realized Everyday Struggles ended. By the way, it was summertime last year. I kind of had the feeling, not that Everyday Struggle was ending, but the impact that we once had with the show was not the same. So I wanted, to establish a new platform. Anyway, to keep this forward and just updating you with what I'm saying. Essentially, I've been working since November till now to finalize a deal on what I'm going to call, I won't just call a podcast. I'm going to call my new show. Let's just say that. You might call it a podcast, and if you do, it's cool. And you might just call it a show. And if you do, cool. In the last month, and I know y'all be like, remember I told y'all it was coming in January, and then my lawyer and whatever, they were like, well, we got this here, we got this here, we got this person. And I don't want to necessarily call out companies' names that were involved because I don't want to make them look bad or whatever the case is, but we spoke to everybody. We spoke. Just name any company you can think of your head that does audio. We talked to them. And ultimately, for the last month and a half, it came down to 2. And I'll tell you this, because this was important to me. The reason why I made a decision today is because one of the people or one of the companies involved, they came to us. They knew we were this close to leaving and going to another company, and they said, they came to us and they said, listen, well, actually, one of our big things was ownership. And they said, they finally agreed. But they say, we agree only if you accept it by the end of the week. And about 3.5 hours ago, sitting with the best offer from both companies, I made my decision. And essentially, we will be appearing on a very familiar platform very soon. I can tell you, and you know, I'm super happy to be a partner with these people. My gut feeling. I'm gonna tell you this also, and I think I can say this. I can say this. I can see the fucking headlines, or not headlines, but like the fucking clickbait that they might do when I say this. Fuck. I was just texting my man. I told him this. Let me look. Oh my God. The difference between option A and option B, I can tell you this. And this is why I called my mom. My mom said a prayer for me earlier. I turned down about $1 million per year. But I went with my gut. 100%. By the way, these are multi-million-dollar deals. So this is not some bullshit, right? So the difference in what I turned down per year, like my gut was one place, but the other place, they were bringing the fucking Brinks truck. They were like, what's that? Does that sound? Beep, beep. They backing it up. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not an L. It's not an L. I'm gonna tell you, it's not an L. It's not an L. Let me tell you, it's not about the money. The money is only significant of what we've accomplished, and I only mentioned millions because I want you guys to know that little old Akademiks, where everybody tried to shit on for years, that y'all watched on YouTube with shitty cameras, shitty gifts, shitty this, and y'all just listen to me tell some jokes. And by the way, let me just be very clear: the other deal I took is worth millions of dollars per year as well, 100%, 100%. Okay. There was ups and downs. There was downsides and upsides to both deals. Like, for example, the deal that was going to pay me more wouldn't start till maybe next year, while this is going to be quick. These people are a little bit more in the game already. These people already have many proven, they have proof of success, as opposed to these other people where, yeah, you might collect the check, but who knows if you're going to be lit. You know what I mean? Like, they might be like, yeah, I know we gave you the money, but we figuring this shit out too. They're newer to that type of game. It's not always about the money. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. And again, when you're fortunate and also happy and lucky, and you're not just here chasing checks, but you're chasing the right opportunity. The money that probably I left on the table, I'll make back every year times 5. I promise you that. So for anybody, the person who says, "Oh, Ak, you left money," no, this ain't like the NBA, right? Where you're like, yeah, this is kind of like the NBA. Nigga, you could go to fucking, even though I don't want to make that comparison because these two companies are really, they're competitors. I ain't gonna lie. You could go to motherfucking, not because LeBron is signed for lesser money on the Lakers means he's not making more because of he's in LA. Do you get what I mean? That's all I want to say. So the money wasn't what made me make my decision. It was more of, chat, y'all know me. Let's talk about it. Yo, which company gonna be with me when these niggas try to slander me? When these niggas try to throw me under the bus? When these niggas try to, they monthly attempt to cancel me? If I ain't do nothing wrong, or niggas is just jumping on shit because I'm hated for whatever reason at whatever time, which one of these companies gonna be like, yo, hold up. Now, nigga, we know who we signed. Like, hey, if he ain't do nothing wrong, we fucking with him. And who's gonna be like, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. When Complex suspended me, it hurt a little bit because I'm like, man, y'all know why I was here doing all this shit. Like, y'all hired me as the 8th. Like, I'm the wild card. Y'all have also had me do the wild shit, which y'all have put me in crazy more predicaments. But then you realize quickly who will ride and who won't. So I said, okay, I got y'all. So those things are very important, not only the money. By the way, in everything y'all spamming like 8 companies. Like, y'all have said exactly, like y'all have said one of the companies. Don't worry. But no. Again, I wish I could just tell y'all everything, but I just want to let y'all know, patience is a virtue, something that's not usually afforded to people that come from the place I come from. In terms of, I came from YouTube, I came from a place of just grinding it, striking while the iron's hot, and I had to really sit from November till now to get this deal. And I want to thank and salute to the company who I will be joining, that you guys will hear the announcement about quite soon. That, you know, from we first sat down at the table, they've almost damn near tripled their offer. They clearly saw it was important to keep me and make sure not someone else doesn't take that opportunity. Also clearly understood some of the things that matter to me. You know, for example, I don't care where I was gonna go. Hey, if I'm gonna go to your company and I can't stream, we ain't going there. I don't care what you offer me. I gotta talk to my people every night. Well, not every night, I know. If I gotta go somewhere and they're like, well, we'll just give you, imagine a company said, we'll give you $5 million a year, but you can't do no more YouTube videos. Well, hold up, man. YouTube got me here. I could grind that out my damn self. I'm gonna tell you the truth. So all those things were very important to me. I'm in a very happy mood, and I wish I could just tell y'all what it is, but it's one of the other hint can I give without giving it away? I'll leave it at that for now. This deal was significant. I'm gonna be very honest, and I know people are gonna latch on. I should have probably never said that. That whole $1 million a year thing, yo, this deal is lucrative. It's much more than any other company has ever paid me. I'm gonna be very honest. Okay? Actually, much more than any other company has paid me in 2 years that I'll be receiving in a year. So I have no qualms. I'm super happy. I'm happy to walk into this situation. This company also values my audience. They value y'all. They clearly realize my demographics. They did studies about my shit. So they value you guys, and they understand why you guys, or I think they do, why you guys fuck with me, and they understand that disrupting that is not even a possibility. So we'll leave that at there for now, but the announcement will happen quite soon. Somebody said, what? What y'all saying? Okay, I can answer some questions. Y'all hope is what? Somebody says the McDonald's or Subway. Oh man. I'm gonna be honest with you. And this is what you see me, I'm like, I call my mama just because I'm like, yo, mom, I offered her vacations. I'm like, yo, listen, this should been stressing me out. My birthday coming up, so I might go somewhere else. But I'm like, yo, I said, mom, you need to go somewhere. I'm happy I grew up literally in the countryside of Jamaica. I was the last of 3 kids. Shit, I remember my mama told me this like earlier this year. I never knew this. Your mom ever tell you some stuff about like how you came to be alive that shocked you? She was like, not gonna lie, I was done having kids after your older brother. I'm the last of 3, and you were like, you just popped up, and I'm like, she was like, I knew it's a blessing from God, and I'm like, okay, mom, all right, but still, love my mom. Anyway, I say all that to say, let me see, I'll answer a couple questions. All right, am I still allowed on Twitch? Yes. Am I still allowed to do YouTube videos? Yes. It is it won't be a traditional podcast. You will see exactly what that it turns out to be. These people, you definitely know their name. They're not just some random people. I could tell you, tell us how much per year, weirdo. Nah, I want to do. No, I could tell you this. And maybe this like calms that down a little bit. This is I ain't gonna lie, I feel like an NBA player accepting the deal, so I'm good. It's multi-million per year. That's it. 100%. Okay. Obviously, the tax man and a bunch of people gonna get their parts on that, but still, it's a multi-million per year deal, which means at least Google what the fuck that means, nigga. I can't disclose that. But 1.5 million is not multi-million. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, what type of niggas are y'all, man? But anyway, I only really I wanted to share that with y'all. I really wanted to share that with y'all. Just because, from where I came from everything I've done just in the space, for how you guys supported me, like, I can't go dark and then just pop up one day and you just see a logo behind me. I got to tell y'all, it happened today, 3 hours ago. And that's why I said a motherfucker better not say I don't care who, a nigga say a wrong word and make a smirk about me, I'm violating them. We secured some ownership. Not even some. I own the shit. Multi-millions per year, I'm good. Let's just leave it at that. Okay? Who's the co-host? We're gonna find 2 dope co-hosts. Not even, maybe 2, maybe 1. We just need a couple people to bounce off. I'll do most of the legwork. We're gonna figure it out. The great thing too is that I get to produce this thing, and I get to like pick the people who I want to hire in terms of, of course I'll listen to recommendations, but people who I might want to have produce it, from producers to teams who do camera work to editors to everything. All that is budgets that I get to control, and I like that. They're trusting me with the just go make the shit and bring it to us. I like that shit. You feel me? No, I might hire Ruri and Mealy Mo. Like, yeah, they could, like, like clean the floors, the bathrooms and shit like that. They could be there. Yo, chat, I was so excited. Like, I don't even know why. Like, I'm on this email chain and everyone's like, hey, let's get to work this and third. And like the whole time I'm like a kid in like a candy store. I'm like, I just want to blurt it out, but I can't. Fuck, why can't I? Oh. But yeah, how can I give a hint? Nah, I'm just listen, hey, by the way, for all y'all are my, I've only ever had one boss, and it's y'all. I listen to y'all with suggestions, criticisms. Sometimes when y'all constructively violate me, it's cool. But in trying to develop this and being the best and greatest thing possible, I want y'all to really like help me out. Like hit me up with like, yo, hey, you should look at this person to possibly be like, one of the people who are a personality on the show, or hey, look into this for whatever thing. You feel me? I always look at you guys' recommendation, and you guys are really good, honestly. Okay. Somebody said, "Ak, you only scared of Charlamagne?" What do you mean I'm scared of Charlamagne? Charlamagne's my guy. Someone said, "Where's Chosen?" Where is Chosen? Chosen, where the fuck you at, nigga? I texted you today. Oh my God, y'all are. Yo, I've told y'all much more than anybody's ever told people about a deal. Like niggas usually just either lie or don't say. I can't give y'all the exact. Like if I tell y'all exactly how much it is, like the company won't be happy because they're gonna look at me like, damn, we negotiating some other shit and you just fucking blurted out what we gave you, nigga. So, no. Chad, I hate y'all. All I was say, man, you know what I mean? Hold on, Chad. Hey, man. All I was say, chat. All I was say. Listen, man, y'all follow me on, you know what I mean? Follow my Cloud Tokens playlist, you heard me? I like you bum ass niggas. I don't want, listen. I ain't like the Stooges. I don't fumble it back, you heard me?
Who I smoke,
Rory!
who I smoke, Tiki, who I smoke, Lil Nas, and now I wonder.
Holy. Chat, my bad. I'm too excited today, man. It's one of those things. You ever been waiting for some shit like you ain't never think it was gonna happen? I'm super excited right now, man. But it's not only me, it's y'all. I'm gonna tell certain of y'all, but y'all gotta keep it low. I'm gonna tell y'all like if I hit me personally. But anyway, chat. If I see the permanent smile on my face, that's why it's there. But I did want to get into a couple things tonight. Have y'all watched the other two parts of Quando, Rondo, and Angelique? I was looking at this. A lot of congratulations is coming in, man. I was looking at this, and I feel pity for Quando Rondo. But I feel pity for him, not exactly for maybe reasons you think. Quando Rondo he's dropping an interview series episode part per day. He did a interview with Angelique. It was a little bit weird. Angelique seemed out of place. I don't know. I've had a couple people ask me this question recently. And this is not to cast any type of aspersion. Look it up, Google. Or anything on Angelique, but they say, yo, Ak, this is like your lane. Would you have went to New Orleans and interviewed Quando Rondo? And I look at it and I'm like, well, he asked me for an interview and I was thinking about it. I asked y'all on the stream, should I do it? And I'm going to be honest with you. I think the only thing that really made me have some apprehension to kind of even saying, no, we should do it, is because it was clear that Quando Rondo was trying to use me. But shit, I mean, when someone wants to talk that usually doesn't talk, you know there's probably an angle. But still, I guess it was something to be rationalized, or you had to make a decision about it, because this is how I look at it. Quando Rondo wants to go on an interview to say, hey, I had no choice. Like, yo, what would you do in my position? Yet, if I'm listening to his music and his antics, he's acting like, man, fuck that nigga. He's not acting like it was a bad situation he ended up in. He's acting like he's a killer. So his antics and his music is provoking the situation, but he's trying to explain it in interviews. I think that's a little confusing for me. You get me? And I kind of liken that to why probably some people turned down the 6ix9ine interview when he came home. I think all these outlets who turned it down were down to talk to 6ix9ine. However, once they saw that his actions were the same as before he went in, but he wanted to probably get on an interview and explain himself as a victim, they were like, we're going to be used in this situation. We're good. That's what I saw it as. So I thought about that angle with Quando Rondo. And then I thought, well, if I was going to do the interview, I have to ask, that's the question I got to ask. Okay, cool, we get it. You didn't, like, by the way, you know, like, thinking about this more, Quando Rondo was, I think he was trained by a lawyer before he did that interview. I think Quando Rondo was trained by a lawyer. The things that we're laughing at play very good in court. This is the first time he's spoken on this. It plays very well in court for Lil Tim. I was thinking about it. So we're over here laughing because he told Angela Yee, yo, I didn't know I had no beef with him. Well, we're all here sitting reasonably and saying, you know y'all had beef. Like, y'all was sneak this, and like, shit, his manager even said that, like, y'all had some back and forth. Like, what you mean you didn't know you had beef? It's actually in Lil Tim's benefit to say, we had no idea we had problems with these guys, because then it doesn't seem like y'all showed up to a place where the people you had problems with were. You had no idea. But we're laughing at it. We're like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? Cap. Then the next thing he says, yo, when Vaughn hits me, I had an out-of-body experience. It was like someone was above trying to take my soul. We're laughing at it. We're like, damn, this nigga Vaughn hit you with the Falcon punch that you're looking like that he hit you so hard, your soul hopped out of your body and said, fuck, you getting fucked up, nigga. Hilarious, right? Check this out. That's the perfect way to set up a defense for stand your ground. Or any self-defense. This is Florida, people. No, this is not Florida. It's actually Georgia. But still, they have the same premise in their stand your ground or self-defense laws. Quando Rondo has to describe that when he was, quote-unquote, attacked by Vaughn, he was seeing his life flash before him, or he was thinking he could die. If he doesn't say that, it doesn't validate why his homie needs to use lethal and deadly force. Think about it. If he comes out and says, this nigga snuck me, and I was like, what the heck? Yo, hold on. I was about to square up with him because, yo, now I'm in it. He got to explain it in a way to say, yo, he hit me. It was an out-of-body experience. He hit me so hard that I was thinking, are we going to make it home? I didn't know I had problems with this individual. When he hit me, it was like I can't even explain it to you, ma'am. It felt like somebody was about to take my soul. Sounds funny, but it sounds like the classic self-defense case. In most states that's down south, once you could prove to them that the reason you are acting with lethal force is because you felt your life was threatened or in danger or you might die, you beat the case. A few people hit me up and they had a lot of commentary about just even everything he said. This is what one individual said to me. They said, Ak, well, they actually said, would you have interviewed him? And I was going through back and forth. You know what they then told me? They said, and this is alleged. I'm hearing this from another person, so don't say, I mean, you could say Ak said this, but I don't know if it's true. They said, Ak, I'm going to be honest with you. Quando Rondo has gotten shot at twice already. That's what they told me. Now, I had no idea. They're saying there's been attempts on his life since then. This isn't something that everyone's on. You know, it's good to look online and be like, yo, I think everybody wants like, and you know, I don't even bring up a name at all. But people want certain people who are associated with Vaughn to be like, oh no, I'm about to shoot at him today. Like, you're never going to get that. You're never going to get that. But is Quando Rondo not moving around in bulletproof vehicles? Is he not reaching out to Big U and other people for, I don't want to call it help, but like trying to make sure he's connected everywhere? So when that person told me, yo, he's been shot at twice already, I said, oh, shit. I see some of that saying cap. I don't know. It might be cap. That's what I heard. This is supposedly word on the street. I don't know. Someone said you can't say that on him. The fuck? Like, nigga, if it happened, nigga. I don't care. What the fuck? I don't think he's doing docs because I don't think Quando Rondo's scared. I think Quando Rondo is trying to get people to stop hating him. I don't think they will. Just because, here's the thing. That's unfortunate about Quando Rondo. And this is what I was telling people before, too. I don't think Quando Rondo is a bad musician, but his music was never this lit. Go look on his channel. His interviews about the situation is getting more views than his music. Let me say again. The interview about the situation is getting more views than the music, which means people care about him when he's talking about the incident, when he's rapping about the incident. Therefore, he has chosen to almost embed himself in that time period to keep giving people content. That's the only way he'll get people to keep entertaining him. He got to make vague references to that day. He got to talk about that day. Or he got to talk about how he's still surviving despite that day. That's interesting. Anyway, I feel bad for Quando Rondo. If Quando Rondo did want to speak to me, thinking about it, should I do the interview if he wanted to speak to me? I asked you guys that before. A lot of y'all said no. Somebody said I could be hating. No, it's not hate. Like, everything I said about Quando was not hate. Bro, I'm only saying that, bro. If you're trying to go on this whole thing saying you didn't mean for this to happen, blah, 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 stop rapping about you'll run up on me again and you'll die. Like, bro, like, don't rap about that. You know? Just have the content match what your message is. Right? Anyway, so I said do a poll. All right. So, okay. I'm going to be honest with you. If I ever did an interview with Quando Rondo, I'm doing it on Skype. Listen, man, I don't want to be no bulletproof car with him. He was in a Rolls Royce with Angela Yee. She's lucky. She's braver than me. I'm not sitting in no car with her. Ooh, with him. You feel me? No way. Anyway, I did have some videos for us to watch. We actually got a bunch of stuff to talk about. But, wait, how can I need to find this video. Give me 1 second. Where is it at? Are y'all familiar with the guy named Kevin Samuels? I think that's his name. This guy named Kevin Samuels. He's he's a hard on thoughts godfather currently. I fuck with him a bit because, like, he's given harsh understandings and harsh realities to people who usually reject them. I'm going to play this clip of his and just listen. He's arguing with girls on OnlyFans. And let me just tell you this about OnlyFans before we even start. Women on OnlyFans these days, by the way, OnlyFans is quite new, really about 6 months before like the pandemic occurred. So it's about like, let's just say 2 years. It's been like 2.5 years it's been popping. Every girl who's made $1 on there all of a sudden thinks she's running a big business, the business of selling and showcasing their private parts. Not realizing, just like how the people in the porn industry realized at some point, you become disposable. And also people move on to the newer girl and the newest girl. That's just how it is. Even in a regular strip club. The girl who usually gets a lot of money, more than the regular girl, is a new girl. Any strip club. Go ask any girl that you know have stripped. Her first week, she made more than her second and third. It's the nature of men. We love new pussy. There's mad dudes that go to the strip club. Shout out to my nigga YK. And he might see a girl. And when she's new, his first thought is, damn, she's down in her luck. I'll show her that I'm a baller. Hopefully she'll leave this lifestyle. She's not interpreting it as such. She's interpreting it as, yo, this is just easy and free money. It doesn't get easier from there. Now, with OnlyFans, there's the element where if you build a brand, you'll be good consistently. But a lot of women who get on OnlyFans don't know about building brands. All they know about is just showing off themselves. They think they're the baddest. They think it lasts forever. So this guy, Kevin Samuels, a guy who's he's very blunt, straight to the point. He was discussing really with women. He was discussing just earning potential and just business with women who are on OnlyFans. And these girls were very, I would just say, rejecting of his, I won't even say advice, but his opinion on their lasting potential. Now, again, before I play this, whoever y'all like on OnlyFans, if they don't have like 100,000 or actually let's move the marker up. If they don't got like 500,000 followers, whoever that girl is that you like on OnlyFans, in the next 5 years, I believe their earnings will go down. I was explaining this to someone who worked in a strip club one time. I said, before you ever worked in a strip club, you always said, for a nigga to fuck you, they would have to pay you $1 million. Because at that time, you've never fucked for money. It was priceless and invaluable for you to actually do a sexual act for money. But then you start dancing. And of course, you didn't start dancing in the club to go suck dick and fuck dudes, right? But this is called gateway whoreness. You started to dance for money, and dudes would throw dollar bills at you. And then you went for the first night and you made like $1,500. Then the next night you made another $1,500. Then the next night you made $3,000 because it was a weekend. And you're hoping that's going to be the new norm. You found this job is paying you a lot of money, more money than most people see tonight. Except your third weekend, you're not making $1,500 anymore. And I'm talking about the middle of America hole in the wall strip club. I'm not talking about these places that's frequented by big ass drug dealers and motherfucking like celebrities, right? So week 3, you're not making $1,000 and $1,500 and $2,000 or $3,000 anymore. You might have a night with like $600. So all of a sudden you start thinking, well, I got to figure out how to, like, I'm supposed to make $1,500 a night. Okay, you start doing little lap dances, cool. That might have made up for it for a couple of weeks. But it's month 2 now. And you're realizing you're seeing the same faces in the strip club. Because that's what a strip club is. Usually local ones. You see the same faces. My nigga YK, he shows up to the strip club 4 nights a week. You would think he's security. Okay? So, you're seeing this motherfucker all the time. He's now used to you. He's spending less, and less. But you got used to the $1,500, the $2,000, the $3,000. So, all of a sudden, those little lap dances and all the other extra shit you could do to make it up turns to somebody propositioning you one night, yo, I'll give you 3 bands just to suck my dick. And because you're in that life already, told you it's gateway whoreness, you think about it, and maybe you say, nah, $3,000, $4,000. You suck that nigga's dick for $4,000. Here's the thing. That'll be the first and last time you get paid $4,000. Next time that nigga comes in or somebody else comes in, they'll only pay you $1,500 to suck their dick. Next time somebody come in, they only pay you $1,000. Next time somebody come in, $500 for a blowjob now. Eventually you realize that you're now sucking dick for an average rate of $400. No, chat, you're saying the story sounds real, but I know stripper. I've talked to mad strippers who, listen, strippers ain't like non-humans, bro. If you ask any girl who's never danced, if you ask her how much for her to suck a nigga's dick, ask a girl, yo, pause this video, and if you're around women, be like, yo, if a nigga walked up to you and he offers you, he's down to offer you money, how much money for you to suck his dick? He's clean, whatever. He don't look too crazy, like he whatever. He's a decently attractive guy. He asks you, how much money for you to suck his dick? How much? The first thing a girl's gonna say that's never done that, $1 million, or she'll be like, oh, $1 billion. Fuck out of here. The reason why people look at women, a lot of women, the way they look at them is that the price of sex and the price of pussy is almost zero. It's all for sale. For $4.99, I can see you naked. Why do you think I'm gonna look at you like you're some diva? That's the point I'm trying to say. With a strip club, it's just like OnlyFans. On OnlyFans, everybody gets on there and says, yo, I'm not getting on here to suck dick. 80% of the women who are fucking and sucking on OnlyFans, they don't get on there to fucking suck. They get on there, and what happens is all the simps that like them start paying. Oh shit, we could finally see this girl naked. But after you pay a couple months, you're used to seeing her naked. Because that's what life is. You're used to shit after a while. Then you stop paying, or you pay less. And if they want to keep their money up, they're going to have to do more. So now they start sucking dick. And that's when they get their biggest month. But after a while, you get tired of them sucking dick. Now you want to see them get fucked. That's just how it works. I'm just trying to tell you the nature of all these situations. Because there's women that get into OnlyFans, and for the first couple months, they think this money is sustainable because they got it for a few months. Not knowing that people eventually get used to your thottery and whoredom. That's why I keep saying OnlyFans and a strip club, one and the same. Just like camming. It's a gateway to thottery. So these women who are a little bit delusional are arguing with Kevin to say, what are you talking about? I'm always going to get money because people always going to want to see my pussy. Listen how the conversation goes.
Trippin', baby girl, I don't need you. I just want the head, boo. I just want to
Say what's wrong, alright.
Kevin, welcome to the show, man.
Now let's play Big Bank, take Lil Bank.
Oh, man. We got Kevin fucking Samuels in the house.
Hi guys, how we doing?
What's up, Kevin?
One thing that I heard from the ladies that I often heard when I spent a lot of time in corporate strip clubs with high-end escorts, porn stars, the new girls to the industry all thought they discovered fire because they were hot. What Hafiz is trying to tell you, ladies, is the money you're making is seasonal. There will be a new it chick every season. And what ends up happening is if you don't take...
Let me stop the video right there. You know, I'm not just anti OnlyFans. Some people think I am. I just always tell people, I always bring up this is an actual, it's just a earth fact. And I always use this example, and people be like, yo, Ak, you're weird for using it, but I'm gonna use it again. He said, the money you're making is seasonal. Most women on OnlyFans think this is now a legitimate business model for the next 10, 15 years. They don't see the end in sight. They don't see, hey, listen, you're probably in your prime in how you look. You're probably also new, which matters. And there's a lot of other factors because you're playing upon and trying to, you're preying on men's bank accounts, but you're also playing to their desires, wants, and needs. There is an end date with that. There's also a time when it gets stale. They never want to think about that. They think what they got is evergreen, which means the same amount of money people would pay to see their vagina for the first time, they'll also get for the millionth time. Niggas want to see their vagina. They don't get it. You get me? And I always use this, which is listen, this is, bro, go on fucking the Discovery Channel. In most animal species, right? Like, for example, a cow. This is true. A cow, if you put a male and a female cow together, you'll fuck her. They'll breed. Right? If you continue every single day to put the same female cow around the same male cow, At a certain point, he doesn't fuck her. If you put a new female cow, he always fucks. I'm not saying nothing, but I just think, nigga, it's in nature. Niggas just love new pussy. That's what I'm trying to fucking say. Even the fucking cows know what's up. You give the cow the same female cow, fucks a couple times. Afterwards, bruh, tired of this bitch. You give that same cow a new cow every time, always fucks. With consent, of course. Somebody said that. I'm just saying, when the dynamic of sex, and when you're selling your body, and when you're selling people seeing or experiencing your body, the novelty ends as soon as they first get it. The first time they see you naked, it'll never be the same afterwards. The first time a nigga fucks you, it ain't never gonna be the same afterwards. But women on OnlyFans seem to be delusional a bit that they think either they're gonna find like an endless rotation of men that's gonna see them for the first time and keep getting them paid like that, and they think the money's gonna be exponential, or they think the guys that already seen them, they could have paid more and more after they've already seen them do certain things and see them in certain positions. Anyway, let's keep listening to this conversation. I don't want to pause too much, but it's important that we understand the philosophy and theory going on here, because delusion is what fucks up a lot of people. Listen to this.
Take the money you have while you're hot, and if you're not flexible enough to listen to people who know better, you'll just have a lot of money that you blow. Now, I don't know why so many women think OnlyFans is this open fount of money. It's money. OnlyFans is at scale now. And we have no history on women going a decade of making money, same store sales year over year on this platform. So everything that I heard from you ladies is the most optimistic projections if nothing changes.
But it's open, so it's not possible for it to be for 10 years because it hasn't even been a decade since the website has just came.
That's what I just said.
Sex work has been around since forever.
Yeah, but that's
okay, so like I was saying, I traffic in places where high-end dancers, escort, sex work. Ladies, how do you honestly think you're going to make increasing money over the next 10 years?
I've increased my money exponentially every single month since I started OnlyFans.
That's a month.
And that's every month. But I said over the next 10 years. You've been in this business for right about a year. Right?
Is 10 years old yet?
That's not the question.
Well, any business.
And here's the thing, and this is what I mean by the hard-headedness piece of it. In order to be able to take the money you've made and apply the so-called knowledge you have, you need to be able to work and leverage it with people who know more than you, instead of looking Hafiz in the face like he doesn't know what he's talking about when he runs a almost $1 million business. The guys on the podcast who are on the verge of running $1 million business, and another person who knows how to do it is run most of it. You're asking me questions to prove to you like I don't know what I'm talking about.
Let me pause again to say this. I think sometimes some of the women who are popping on OnlyFans, they believe this is misogynistic, by the way. They believe it's misogyny that dudes, try to, have conversations with them about this, because they figure they have found it's almost like the fountain of youth. They're like, this is the one thing that we have the advantage over males, that we could get quick income and do a lot and just exponentially get so rich, and they can't do, so they're jealous. So a lot of women who are popping on OnlyFans, when they have discussions with men about their quote unquote career, they think dudes are jealous. Like, yo, yeah, you just mad because nobody would pay to see your pecs or your dick or something like that. That's how they really think. But that's not necessarily what most dudes really think. Most dudes really think like, yo, first of all, hey, you're gonna make a lot of money. It's kind of like almost dealing drugs. You're gonna make a lot of money, but truth be told, the mere fact that you're fucking naked on the internet getting fucked is gonna block some opportunities that could come later. But fine, great. You're gonna make that money, but also it's not gonna last a long time, right? The people who are in this, like, you know, business, like, they don't hear that shit. They look at you like, yo, you a hater. Like, what are you talking about? Truthfully, listen.
I don't think you know what you're talking about regarding OnlyFans. That's for sure. Because
But I do know what I'm talking about as far as business and making money.
in regards to making money, money comes in waves, and we all have to understand that. And if we all invest successfully, we could.
Where are you investing? Where are you investing?
So people are.
Where are you investing?
Average.
Where are you investing?
That's none of your business.
Oh my God.
It's a secret.
You know, declare that.
I accept what you just said, but you said money comes in waves. Granted, we have to invest. It's taken. Where's some of the places you're investing?
Yeah,
You said
actually,
none of my business. See, this is what this OnlyFans economy has done. It's let women with really low functioning knowledge, no high value or high ticket skills.
Me. That's not low functioning knowledge.
Well, let's talk. Okay. Every time I've asked you any question about business, and you've asked me a question instead of answering it. And I said, and if it's not you, eat the meat, spit out the bones. But what OnlyFans has done is it's created a bubble economy. Women are rushing to OnlyFans thinking that it's the new .com, the new real estate, and they're realizing that there is no sustainable way to project this out for over 5 years. Now, maybe you don't know that knowledge, but I do, because anyway. So
you can go to the club, like we're not.
You can't even get in.
But do you understand that what he's not trying to hate, and so
Now,
this.
I'm glad that immature reaction was there. They're looking like, oh, he was just hating on us, right? Bro, I know a lot of these OnlyFans women. They're all, by the way, like, for whatever reason, they seem attracted to me, maybe because they've seen other people who may have been successful on OnlyFans attracted. I don't know what the case is. Anyway, first and foremost, that I can tell all y'all dudes, half of what they're saying is cap. Like, there's a chick who was telling me she was getting 6 figures a month on OnlyFans. She was locked up for shoplifting like two months ago. Like, they're lying. Half of them are lying. Really, the only people getting paid really well from OnlyFans are the people with a name and a brand. Like, that's what it is. You know, like, if you have a name, people always will want to see that name in certain whatever. But for the average female, it's like you've signed up to be an amateur porn star, and no matter how good you fuck, how good you suck, how good you use a vibrator, how good you fucking use your angles to show off your ass and titties, you ain't making shit. Like, let's just be honest. Like, again, it's you're at the mercy of the audience that's there to consume you. So it's kind of like the rap game. You know when Drake said, like, it's really only 1% of us making money, the rest of these niggas capping? Most of these women on OnlyFans, they're lying. They ain't making much. You get me? That's the reason why you see these OnlyFans girls try to do any and everything. I can tell you the truth. This girl sent me a message. I still haven't responded to it. Actually, she may have put it out. I don't know. She said, she asked me for money, which, like, by the way, half of them girls who exposed me, they all asked me for money, and then they were like, oh, I got to expose you to get my OnlyFans lit. So really, they need some attention because nobody's looking at them. Yo, pussy is so valueless that a girl being naked online does not even garner the thought of a click. Just think about it. So you need to have some extra incentive for niggas to actually want to see you naked. Oh, this is the girl that Ak was fucking. Oh, this is the girl that was involved in this scandal who was the side chick of so-and-so. That's why you see, like, a lot of these women acting up, right? This girl messaged me. Let me see if I can read. I want to read the exact message. And I felt so bad because Of course, you know me. I don't want no fucking daughters. Period. Hold on, I'm gonna find this shit. Recently opened. Hold on, I'm gonna read this message. But I also can't even fathom and believe. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? What the fuck? Anyway, I can't find the exact message, but pretty much she said it was this. She sent me a very disturbing picture. She sent me a picture of I didn't even know she had a man. Like she had linked me. I ain't gonna lie. Like we linked while that happened. She sent me a picture of a guy in a casket. I promise you. I promise you. Like this shit's still disturbing me. And she said, "Hey, listen. You know, I kind of asked you for money and you never really answered. I'm going to be honest. I did have a couple of pictures of you sleeping." And she was one of the girls, you know, like every girl said that to me. Like, oh, I ain't that type of girl. She said, "Listen, like my back's against the wall. My OnlyFans ain't jumping." She had OnlyFans. I didn't even know she had OnlyFans. She said, "I'm going to have to put these out on there." I kid you not. And I never responded to that because I'm like, wow, like I didn't expect that person to be on that type of stuff. But most of these OnlyFans chicks I've seen, like most of them are desperate, man. Like desperate. And it's like you'd be fooled. I keep telling y'all, you'd be fooled to thinking they're all making a bag. If you work a 9 to 5 and you make a, you know, middle class salary, you're making more than 95%, actually 98 or 99% or more of these girls are OnlyFans. Most of them are lying. They're just amateur porn stars for nothing. I knew shit was getting bad. There's a girl who this is a mixed girl from Florida. I remember she came, and I remember her begging me. I kid you not. I swear. And I don't swear. I try not to swear. She begged me. She was like, "Yo, like you know, like everybody got like a situation. Everybody's struggling. I get it, but she has a child." She said, "Yo, I think I was driving, so I'm in my Audi or whatever. I'm driving, and she's like, "Yo, is it possible that I could give you head for my OnlyFans?" And I'm looking at her, I'm like, "Yo, bitch, what are you talking about?" And she's like, "I just want to be able to clickbait the shit." And I looked at it and I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on in the US, bro?" Yo, it was more sad than anything. It was a woman begging to do some shit. Now, let me just get back to the earnings. These women ain't making shit, bro. They're not making nothing, bro. Let me tell you this. A girl who makes $100,000 on OnlyFans, if you listen to them, they won't show you how much they make, obviously, right? You're going to see with that girl over there, that blonde girl, anytime Kevin asks her, like, yo, like, what you be investing your money in? She gets mad defensive. She ain't making shit. That's how all the girls who are making shit, that's how they talk. But when you're talking to these people, if they make 100,000, they act like they made 10 million. I'm telling you. Trust me. So I said, did I get ahead? I fucked the girl already. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, bro, I don't want to be an OnlyFans. Like, that's like the fuck? Let me tell you this, man. These chicks are selling their soul for like little $10,000. Like, I really wish I could sit all these OnlyFans girls down and be like, yo, when you was like 17, 18, right? You would never consent to doing fucking anal for $5,000. I don't care what you told me. Oh, I'm in the top 1%. Yes, a bunch of people paying $4.99. You did fucking anal just for like 1,000 people to watch. You might as well just be a professional porn star. Why are you doing this shit on some amateur level? I don't know. Anyway, let's keep listening to shit.
But listen, I'm investing my OnlyFans money into body contouring. He's asking my friend, what is she investing in?
Yeah.
He was trying to make her feel bad about that. I'm doing it into body.
I asked her what she was investing in. I don't know whether it's good or bad.
I didn't
None of
want
you
to
guys
talk
pay my
about.
bills, so why would I tell you about my business unless you're in my bag?
I think guys are just mad. It's easier for girls to make money.
Very happy for me for my
ladies,
success.
ladies, calm down. Ladies, calm down. Here's the reality. The point of the matter is that what we're trying to communicate is that a lot of fields that give people quick money, whether it's entertainment, whether it's sports, whether it's acting, there's so many fields that will give you quick money today. And when you get that money, you think you've made it. Look at all the Atlanta rappers. Look at all the basketball players. You think that you made it because you're getting money today. But a lot of these fields in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you're not making the same amount of money. It's not just you women on OnlyFans, it's also men as well. But the reality of the matter is that if you are not wise with your money, if you are not long-sighted with your money, if you don't have actual investments, like understanding cryptocurrency, like understanding mutual funds, like understanding stocks, when you're not educating yourself on those matters, what ends up happening is you end up losing your money. And the reality of the matter is, for a lot of women who are into sex work, you guys are short-sighted individuals. So if you're a short-sighted person, more than likely you're not spending your money. You're buying bags. You're buying nice apartments.
Who said OnlyFans is just sex work, though?
I didn't say.
Who said I'm buying bags? Like, who said I don't own?
Let me finish.
Stocks?
Let me finish.
Oh my God, yo, this nigga is telling the facts, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I know girls when they just got in the strip club, bro. And trust me, like, the person who has the mentality to say, hey, my only option or the quickest way for me to get money is to sell my body or show off my body. Bro, I'm telling you, the first 30 grand they get, they're flexing it, bro. Trust me. They flexing it, they spending it. They buying bags, they buying everything they never had. I ain't saying that's wrong. But I think what this dude is saying in a very nice way is like, yo, just say, you gotta save your shit. Because, like, it's gonna be a time when niggas don't want to see that fucking saggy titty and fucking, you know what I mean, retarded ass all the time. You know what I mean?
Finish.
Well, hold on. See, you can't do that. I asked you what you're buying and what you're investing in, and you didn't want to say it. So when Hafiz makes an assumption, then you want to question that. See, here's what we have going on. This is what I said about being hard-headed.
I think you guys need to be more open-minded.
Let him finish.
Yes.
Let him finish.
Yo, this nigga be on their ass.
Okay, so guys,
You guys need to spread a positive message, because at the end of the day, I'm leaving here with a negative message from this podcast because you guys
can somebody grab some control, because you don't know what I need to do.
Real quick. We're just expressing opinions here. Ladies. We're just gonna express the opinions. Me and Fresh are not, and we're gonna let you and Hafiz and Kevin talk about this, and then you guys can give your points. Everyone's going to get a forum to speak. Don't worry.
As a man that you don't even know her, you have no place to tell her how and where to invest her money, how to make her money.
I didn't tell her where anything. I just asked what she was doing.
This is what I mean.
This is what I mean, guys. This is what I mean. This is what this economy breeds. It takes a lot of. This is what this economy breeds, guys.
Speak, ladies. Let them speak, and then you guys will get your shot too.
So Hafez has been he's tried to be as measured as possible. I came in and tried to be as measured as possible. And what are we getting? We're getting attacked, we're getting anger, we're getting, you don't know nothing, you don't know what I do know. What I do know is of all the business people on this platform, the people who are going to have long-term success are not you.
Okay, so I'll see. You're saying it's not me. We'll see. We'll see if I won't be successful.
And my point that I was simply trying to bring up, if you feel offended, that's how you feel. But I'm not offended. No. You had a chance. New York. You had a chance to talk. The reality of the matter is there is a way, whether you're upset or not, that you talk to people. I have not been trying to be disrespectful to you. I have not raised my tone. I have attempted to allow you to communicate and not talked over you. So what's not going to happen is that as adults, that you're gonna treat me one way and I'm gonna treat you a different way. The same way that you want.
Yo, chat, fuck that. Yo, find out who these 3 chicks are. I want all their OnlyFans up in the Discord tonight. Let me see. Like, they too entitled, man. They pussy better be hitting for some other shit. I want all 3 of they OnlyFans content, the entire shit. Matter of fact, fuck a video. Just drop the fucking folder. We'll download it. We want all 3 of them bitches. All 3 of them. Hey, what the heck? Chat guy was good. He said, but at the end of the day, y'all continue to entertain women like this, so who's really at fault? You create the demand, they supply it. Yo, chat guy, I fuck with you so much. That is chat gal. I like, first of all, I love your name. Number 2, we're gonna talk about what you're saying. I'm gonna find a clip of what I want to respond to what you're saying, and actually thank you for donating that. It's gonna be our next discussion. Just listen to this though.
Want me to be respectful, to listen to you, and to try to have a conversation with you. I ask that you do the same. If we cannot follow those rules, then you can exit the conversation, because we are simply trying to have a conversation here. If you felt like somebody, New York, you have to let people talk. You see, this is the problem. Now we're getting into the problem of modern society, because the whole reason I even got here is because there was certain attitudes I was seeing that you guys were inhibiting. Because remember, the initial question was, what are characteristics about yourself that could be a turnoff to a guy? And some of those things in regards to the attitude, because you started off by saying, well, I'm independent, right? But it's not your independence, it's your attitude. And the reality of the matter is the kind of guys that you want have a choice. They're not going to choose this kind of attitude. So when you're attractive, when you have a nice body, when you pay for money, pay for things and all that stuff, you can get attention. But the reality is, with that kind of attitude, you will not get retention. And so all day long, the fundamental reality is when you're 20 and you have your looks, yeah, use your looks to leverage whatever you can get. But that eventually runs out. And at the end of the day, what's going to happen is you're going to be at a point in your life where all you're going to have is who you are as a person. And if you have not spent time, energy, effort, and resources into investing into yourself to becoming a better person, what you're going to be is by yourself. And so, and my hope for these conversations is that we as men and women can talk to one another and build one another up. But to sit down,
bro, they not listening to this dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. They're not listening at all.
Here to tear each other down and to come with this negative attitude and this condescending demeanor, that's not the productive.
Yo, this is where Kevin got to jump in, man, because this nigga being too nice. Like, let me tell you this. Like, he be nice to them. Like, Kevin got to let them know what the fuck the... Yo, Kev, start violating. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I wasn't interested in signing the deal I just signed, I'll be on some Kevin shit. Fuck y'all, man. Like, but you know what I mean? I gotta keep it right. You know, I love my women. I love all my black queens. You know what I mean? Wait, oh, they ain't black. Well, is that one black over there? I love all my sex workers. That sounds weird. Okay, whatever. But if I wasn't on that type of shit, like, I ain't gonna lie, the shit that Kevin be saying, I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna keep it true. You know why Kevin's winning? We're in a space where, like, in the internet, that you could be, like, the internet is tired of pussy shit. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Let me just, like, this is another clip right here. Drill. Clip this shit right here. Yo, let me tell you this. The internet is tired of pussy shit. You see Twitter, Instagram, they have turned into, like, if you watch how they were during the election, bro, I couldn't post anything about the election without them hitting me with all type of, hey, blah, blah, we have to put a sticker in front of what you posted. Sometimes it's jokes. We clowning Trump. We clowning Biden. But it turns out to be such a big thing, social media, and just the entities that be realize how powerful the internet is, that screw it. They're not about to wait on the lower level to try to control it. They control it from the top level. On Twitter, they'll delete your stuff. They'll suspend you. On Instagram, they'll put a fucking big ass thing in front of it saying, hey, yo, this might be fake news. That's the real reality about it. But truth be told, the more people get savvy with the internet, like me and you, we don't want the bullshit. We just want the real. We want the shit that's anti-fuck shit. We want at least give us an honest opinion. Listen, I'm not no fan of Trump, but I fuck with Trump in terms of him just saying what he feels. I don't care if I agree. I don't think we're in a space no more where we could say what we want. We're in a space where before you say something, you got to think about, well, oh my God, the LGBTQ community going to be offended by that. Oh my God, the Jews are going to be offended by that. Damn, Asians going to be offended by that. Oh, you can't piss off the Indians, and damn, yo, you can't piss off, like, yo, there's so many things you can't have an opinion, period. And I think people want people with an opinion. People really want just genuine stuff. That's what I really think. That's one of the reasons why Trump is popular. People just want like somebody who's not controlled by the system. This whole cancel culture created people like Kevin Samuels and Trump. And I don't mean to compare both of them. They're not the same. But people want actual real people with opinions that you could say, hey, that's bullshit. Or you could be like, I fuck with that. And that's not what normal people usually rock with. These days, social media is just another propaganda to push forward a lot of like mainstream shit that people agree with. And the internet used to be the outlier. It used to be the thing that people go to express opinions and look for things and Google facts or Google theories that might not be that prevalent. We weren't looking at textbooks. We weren't looking at what they were saying. Hey, let me Google this. Let's go watch YouTube and see what this guy is saying. Maybe he got a point that everybody else is reporting. These days, they are banning those outlets. They're calling them fake news. Wait, niggas is saying we ain't land on the moon? Oh, okay. This is a conspiracy theory guy. This guy is like bad. Let's ban him from everything. I'm not saying that people should lie about clear facts, but difference of opinions have been definitely censored because of the current internet. So when people like Kevin Samuels come about and he's actually saying, hey, listen, I get it. We all want to protect women. I get it. We are in a very pussified, like atmosphere where we got to snip our balls and just act like, yo, oh my God, like whatever. I'm going to still call it like it is. And to be told, I'm looking at it from like a guy and like just, he has a certain angle. When people see that, they're going to flock to it. That's why he's popular. And he's popular. And I'm going to tell you this. It's the same way, Alex Jones, he definitely tweets out. I ain't going to lie to you. But he's going to be popular until powerful enough people look at him and say, oh, let's shut him down. That's how it is. Nigga, we got mad examples of stuff going just like that. So I'm watching him, but I'm like, yo. Wait, hold on. Wait, where's my chat at? Oh, we said I was offline for a second. Somebody said MAGA act. No, that's not what it is, bro. Yo, I'm just trying to tell you, dog. The crazy thing is, Kevin Samuels is considered as like extreme. Bro, I don't think he's misogynistic. He does have a point of view, but I don't think he's saying, oh, women ain't. He ain't saying that. I think he's saying, hey, let's look at it from a realistic perspective and how a lot of men look at it. But for some people, they're going to paint him as such. That's all I'm saying. These days, it's just not beneficial if you are really caring about like what you got going on to be like this. That's what I'm saying. I'm hard on thoughts. To be extreme hard on thoughts, you're going to end up being a godfather. That's Kevin Samuels. In terms of being an orator and kind of explain some of these things. But let me tell you this. They're going to blackball Kevin Samuels so soon, and they're going to call him all type of things that you would never believe. And by the way, there's people out there now that's looking for any type of violence in his past. Oh, did he do this? Did he do that? They're going to taint his whole image. Because, again, it's not really because he's going on whatever path he's going on. He's just going anti what the mainstream ideology is. He's not spewing the same rhetoric. And when you're not spewing the same rhetoric, you are enemy of the state. So I'm watching him and I say, yo, you're brave, but you're brave because you ain't get nowhere yet. When I thought I would never be who I am now, kind of going on the route that Kevin Samuels is going on now, that was definitely within my wheelhouse. I was thinking about that. The moment I was like, I started making some headway elsewhere, I said, let me chill. So there's a lot of times I hear Kevin Samuels and I'm like, there's mad people who agree with him, but they won't say that themselves. Because you say that, now you're misogynistic. Now people are going to campaign for you not to be hired. Now people are going to be campaigning for you to be fired. But listen to, like, sometimes you got some.
That's the way we need to move forward.
And we can have a conversation about it. Go ahead. You had something, and then we'll turn it to Kevin, and then we'll let you speak as well, Damaris.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Sorry. It's fine. It's open forum. You know what I'm saying? Say your piece. I saw.
Yo, these chicks are tight. Look at this. Tight. Mad 1, Mad 2, and Mad 3.
That you wanted to say something earlier.
They mad as fuck, chat. My bad for the ad, but they mad as fuck. You can see it. All he tell them is that, yo, listen, just save your money. They're mad at that.
Cleaning tip.
They're mad at him telling them to save their money because this shit might not last. Because usually facts don't really work with people who are highly emotional.
No, I retire.
And me too. I feel like you said you were being respectful, but you weren't. As a man, I feel like you have no place to tell women how to make their money. And then you're referring to it as a sex industry. Just because you have OnlyFans doesn't mean you're having sex on it. You could be.
I don't know why Kevin ain't cut them off here. Man, stop it, man. All three of y'all on OnlyFans, and I guarantee, like, I'm down to put up a small bet. $1,000. I guarantee if I go on OnlyFans, I will see all y'all either in bikinis or exposing your chest. Like, these chicks act like they knitting. Oh, we're just on OnlyFans knitting. We're just knitting. We're just on OnlyFans just having girl talk. We're having a book club. Like, nigga, y'all on OnlyFans like probably deep throating a 14-inch dildo. Like, let's keep it trill. Am I tripping, chat? She's talking about, oh, OnlyFans isn't for this. What are y'all using it for? Because y'all are swearing by it.
I feel like you have no place to tell women how to make their money. And then you're referring to it as a sex industry. Just because you have OnlyFans doesn't mean you're having sex on it. You could be cooking on OnlyFans. You could do whatever you want. So I just feel like I'm just offended. And it's not just him towards me, it's towards women, because men have no place at all to say how women should and shouldn't.
We have every place. We built the goddamn world you live in.
No, you didn't.
I'm gonna
God
say
The platform you're on is built by men.
I'm going to say
Nobody made this about men or
guys
women.
do not get paid unless I stay here. So
this is what tends to happen when, whether it's OnlyFans, TikTok, Instagram, and when women can't handle it, they leave. This is the point. This is about business. Business isn't offensive, but when people in their lack of knowledge gets exposed, they get offended. They call themselves experts and business owners and everything else. You're online strippers would make a little bit of money. Congratulations. I'm good with escorts. I'm good with strippers. But when someone like Hafiz or myself tries to sit down and talk to you about your level of ignorance, you're offended. Your ignorance is what offends you. And it's offensive to me that you're going to try to make this about men and sexism. This is what the world has done. It's got little pampered princesses who can get online, make some money, and think that they're on the same level as men who built this world, and they are not. That's what you just saw them leave because they can't go get onto Wall Street, Main Street, anywhere, into a bank, into anybody's business to be taken seriously with their so-called business plan or their go-to-market strategy. You're taking what the world has given you, your creator has given you, and you put it online. Thank men for building the internet, the computers, the smartphone, and everything else that allows you to sit up in your luxury apartment and get paid for showing your feet. We did that. You didn't. And in 10 years, when no one wants to see your feet or your G-string or your tattoos or whatever else, Hafiz, Chris, the roommates, Mario, Fresh, not Mario, Myron, Fresh, we will all be still running our businesses because we don't get emotional about business. When somebody tells us we have a hole in our game, we humble ourselves, we check ourselves, we get better. That's what men do because we have the business of building the world. We can't fucking walk off like babies because it happened. I didn't like it. See, Atlas can't shrug. If we shrugged, you would die. That's what happens every time one of you little crybabies gets called out here on the platform you came to get attention you asked for. When you get more smoke than you're willing to handle, you want to cry and stomp off. Well, kick rocks. And guess what? There'll be a new one tomorrow because neither one of y'all on the panel can honestly say that you are bringing something to the market that ain't 15 other chicas down on the street bringing. None. So when we sit here and try to have a conversation with you and tell you, guess what? Whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, every new influencer, every new person thinks just because they have the dope content, they've got the fucking key. They've discovered fire. They've invented the wheel. And there's more that goes into it than just turning on a camera and saying, hi, I'm on YouTube. Hi, I'm on Facebook. Hi, I'm on OnlyFans. It takes planning. It takes work. It takes strategy. It takes business knowledge. It takes collaboration. It takes a lot of things that you obviously don't have. And that's why you're upset, because at the end of the day, you know you don't have them and you don't have the patience, the intelligence, even the patience, the intelligence, even the resources to sit down and just listen. So carry your cell phone, and when OnlyFans stops, Subway will be hiring.
Oh my God, mic drop.
Wow.
The Godfather.
Oh man, all right, go ahead, Kevin. Hey, no, but truthfully, let me tell you this: it's just about business, right? It's about being able to handle and sustain whatever you're doing. Like, a lot of women just seem delusional. Every day you get a day older. That's one of the reasons why I've always loved broadcasting. Because I looked at the legends. I looked at actually, he's just passed away recently, but he does. I probably hate him. He's the dude who did the anyway, whatever. Anyway, look at Howard Stern. He got better. He refined more with time. Look at Wendy. He got better, refined more with time. That radio and being a personality isn't a profession that's solely predicated on your age, your looks. The older you get, you usually are building and bringing a real estate of audience with you that actually gets better with how long they've been dedicated to you, as opposed to when you're just profiting off your looks. A girl 22, your titties will never be that high ever again. They keep getting a little bit saggier, a little bit saggier, a little bit saggier every single year, and you're going to be 35 soon. And when you have a kid, yeah, maybe you fit in the MILF category, but you're not going to be the same girl that was lit at 22. That's just the reality of life. And if you don't accept these things, you're a little bit delusional to everything going on. You know, Kevin is the person who's pointing these things out very vividly and throwing it in your face in a very, I'm going to be honest with you, in a very non-comfortable way. He's not bracing you for it. He's not coddling you to be like, it's going to be all right. He's telling you, this is what it is. You're an adult. Make the decision on what you should do and what you want. That's very tough. A lot of people are not ready to swallow that particular pill. The conversation even that you've seen here, it reminded me of another conversation that I listened to many years ago before I was Akademiks. You know, I studied a lot of the radio greats. I remember this particular conversation. I won't even have to. I think I don't have to say who it's with. I'll see if y'all get who is talking to who on this clip. But let me see what year. What year was this from? I believe this was from the year like 2008. Somebody said, does Ag know we females are watching this also? No. Hey, listen, I'm glad you women are watching. And if you women have retorts to anything I'm saying, I would love to speak to y'all. Yeah, and by the way, I'm talking about really women who are basing their financial future on sex work. I'm just saying it's finite and it's fleeting. It's like celebrity. It's finite and fleeting. If you are the person who are gaining income from selling the idea or selling images of your body or selling videos of your body or selling videos or images of you having sex, that income is fleeting and will naturally decrease because people don't like to spend the same on the familiarity because they've seen it all the time. Secondly, you should know that just Mother Nature will not have you be in your prime at 35 as you were at 22. That's a fact. Now, I've always bet the same way when I thought about career-wise. Like, you know, Kevin Samuels, he's very harsh in a certain way how he delivers shit. But I remember this conversation, which I feel mirrors some of how Kevin's saying. Y'all tell me who's talking, and y'all can tell me who he's talking to. Oh, my God. Fuck. Y'all can see it now.
I'm in the building right now. One of the best booties in the business. Buffy the Body.
Hey. Hey, what's up?
How are you, Buffy?
In like the pre-2010s, Buffy the Body was the baddest chick. This was probably like 2006, 2007. Buffy the Body was like the it chick. This is before BBLs and all that stuff. Her ass was fucking humongous. People used to say that shit's so fat, that shit look like you got a tumor. She was in Tony Ayo So Seductive video. I could show y'all a clip of that. I'll do it later. And she was walking around like not only she was walking on a butt pad, but she was walking around like she was the goddamn rapper. And this was after the era of the, you know, the video vixen where people were looking at some of these notable video vixens as they were the stars. They were on the cover of all the magazines. Double XL would throw them on the cover of magazine. You have, what's these other magazines? They had a bunch of other magazines that would just feature bad girls. And these women, they were looked at it and they said, this is our career. And some of them use that thought and the hype of that moment to gas their head to be like, I'm going to shit on the niggas. I'm going to shit on niggas who are quote unquote jealous of me because I'm a bad bitch. Let me tell you this. This is, again, probably 2006. In 2021, it would be disrespectful of me to even think that Charlamagne makes less than $5 million a year. Doing whatever he does. It would also be disrespectful to me to think that Buffy the Body makes over $500,000 a year. This is in 2021. So listen to this conversation from probably 2007 and listen to them forecasting into the future because, again, you can't really ever go forward if you don't understand where you came from. And this is the exact same thing I look at many people with OnlyFans. But listen to this conversation here.
Buffy?
Good.
Greetings. What's happening?
Nothing. Chilling.
Do you like being called Buffy the Body? Or you like just being called Buffy?
Buffy.
You don't want to be, you just like Buffy, right? You want to be known for more than just your body, right?
Just Buffy.
Eventually, you know what I mean?
Buffy.
Just Buffy?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see the article in King magazine when they pitted you against Katoya, is that her
That
name?
was not King. That was double XL.
Well, double XL eye candy.
See, you don't even know what
Well,
you're
same difference. They gave you a bad review in the magazine. That's what they
That's
did.
okay. Bad review. The money still coming in. That ain't
Hey,
nothing
that's what I'm talking about.
publicity. That's good. It's good for me. I don't care. Put me in the magazine and say whatever. It's still good.
Well, Buffy,
and I love Katoa. I never met her, but hey, I look up to her.
How long is the money gonna keep rolling? And no, Buffy. I mean, you know,
baby,
you know,
got to keep it rolling.
For how
you
long?
Got to keep it
Eventually,
forever.
age is gonna catch up.
Age ain't
Things
got
are
nothing
gonna
to do
start
with
to
that.
sag.
What they got to do with the money rolling in, though?
Okay,
Because that's what you're getting paid for right now. So what else are you doing?
Buffy, what else would you like to do in the industry?
I want to know.
No, you gonna see. Just like you see me in the magazine, you'll see what you will hear about it. Trust me.
I hope it's something productive.
Come out. Butt dropping and all that.
Hey, that's the part of life, baby. Gravity's gonna set in.
It's not all about that.
Gravity is eventually gonna set in.
It's not all about that.
And so is
it's
age.
not all about
and
that.
things are gonna start to
sag. It's not all about that.
Right now, you're only known for having a big, bodacious booty.
I don't care nothing about
Why
that.
not Buffy the Brain?
I don't care about that.
You should.
No, what? Y'all, the world cares about that. Buffy don't.
So what do you consider yourself? You consider yourself
I'm a very nice person.
A video model,
Yep.
video chick, or a video hoe?
A video girl.
So video
I
chick.
can say that, Buffy is pretty classy in the videos, though. I mean,
I've only seen her in one. That was the 28 So Seductive.
So what you thought about it?
I thought it was cool. You know,
Yeah, she was classy.
So you tell me just by looking at that video, what was I classified as?
I'll say a video model because you had a little acting role in it. You know, you was giving Tony Yale the diamonds. You know, you wasn't just butt naked. You know, grinding on him. So I say
Now, I could have did those kind of videos, but I chose not to.
Would you have gotten more money if you had did those kind of videos?
Money wouldn't even. I don't even care about the money. I wouldn't have did it. Period.
What do you say about people who say you're not that attractive? You just have a body.
I've never heard that before.
You're lying.
No.
Never ever.
Nope.
Never in life.
Never.
Do you ever are you got any acting roles coming? Anything of that nature?
Probably. I'm working on some stuff. I'm working on a lot of stuff right now.
Buffy, I think you're just really milking this 15 minutes of fame thing. That's what I really think.
No, film. I'm working on some stuff with film. Of course, my calendar, that just came out not a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, that just came out. I'm working on a DVD right now. I just did a.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. I said that nigga Charlamagne good, man. Yo, this is about the time period too. You see how Charlamagne cracking some jokes? That nigga's wild, right? If Charlamagne did that now, canceled. Shit, if I did that, canceled. Like, this was his time period where everything you're hearing Charlamagne, you're like, this thing is savage. He could do then, he can't do it no more, bro. He can't do it now, bro. Like, nobody can do it now, bro. Unless you don't care about your future. You feel me?
I'm working on.
Shit, truth be told, he been apologizing for, like, kind of talking a little mama when, you know what I mean? Like, back then, this was the norm.
Like, catalogs and stuff, because I get a lot of mail from guys.
People in prison.
Exactly, from different prisons and stuff, and everybody requesting a catalog, and everybody keep asking, why don't you do a catalog? That would be good for the prison. So I just finished the catalog a couple of weeks ago.
Where are you from? I've heard that you're from
Athens, Georgia.
So you're not from South Carolina?
No.
People say you're from South Carolina. You say you used to script in Charleston?
No.
Never?
No.
I have a question. Being with everything you're doing and the success that you've gathered from
I wouldn't call it success quite yet.
If it's paying the bills, it's successful.
He's the first.
This is a good part of the conversation. You see, women on OnlyFans, they call making any money success. So the moment showing and revealing themselves start to gain them money, they call themselves successful. Think about it. Just listen to this. This is 2006, 2007.
you're doing and the success that you've gathered from
I wouldn't call it success quite yet.
If it's paying the bills, it's successful.
He's the first. He's just a hater. I'm just going because he's been hating ever since I've been in here. He's the first radio station I've ever been to that he just constantly just. Why?
Why what?
Yeah, what you interview? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, now we're going to talk about the haters. We're talking about haters right now.
I'm not hating.
Just for a minute.
I'm not hating. I'm just asking the questions. All I'm basically saying is,
just for a minute.
What are you going to do when you get older and everything starts to sag? How are you going to make your money?
But it's not all about the body, baby.
That's all you're known for right now. Him is Buffy the Body.
Okay, but y'all made me all I was known for.
I never made you nothing.
No, the world.
I don't think you're known in the world yet.
The world.
I mean, what's going to separate you? What is going? How you know you're not going to end up just like another video chick?
See, you got to prepare for that, baby.
So how are you preparing, Buffy?
Watch this crazy forecast of the future. Remember, this is like 2006, 2007, maybe 2008. We're in 2021.
I'm preparing.
How? We would like to know. Your public would like to know.
Charlotte, I want to ask my question.
Okay.
It mirrors where Kevin Samuels says, "What are you investing in?" None of your business. That's what he said to Kevin Samuels. Charlamagne says, "How are you preparing for the future?" I'm preparing.
I'm sorry.
With the videos and the calendar and the fantasy websites, would you suggest or what would you say to a young girl that came to you and said, Buffy, I really look up to you. I want to do exactly what you do.
I get those kind of emails every day from different females.
So how do you respond to that to the young girls?
I'll tell them, first of all, you don't feel like you ever have to sleep around with the rappers, the artists, the different modeling agencies, the guys who run. You don't have to sleep with those people. Look how far I've gotten. And I haven't had to sleep with anybody.
How far actually have you gotten, Buffy?
She's getting compared to Kai Toy and a Mac.
What the fuck?
Magazine.
They wasn't getting compared. They was battling them because they were the last two eye candy.